Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. I am the strongest, the baddest Jihad princess out there. Dooby-doo.
And I'm that girl who only dates fuckboys and ignores the best guy in the series only to shit on him many years later, but still somehow is not the worst girl this week, Juby or Sobroni.
Yeah, first of all, I'm really happy that I'm sad that you didn't get to say that clean throughout, but I am happy that for the first time you said my name instead of saying your name.
It's only taken 2.5 years, but I finally fucked up the name.
Yes, because I too was about to mess up my own name. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to episode of G&A podcast. We talk about all things anime. How are you doing tonight, Oni?
I'm doing good. I'm a bit in my feels right now after that Kaguya episode, but we will get to that.
Bruh, I am like, if someone told me, hey, you know that only Nami Kiitekure is going to be like the only thing that's going to cheer you up today, I would have been like, what? There's so many comedy animes. That's crazy.
You could fool me. You could have fooled me. I thought there was comedy animes in our lineup. I guess
nope, not at all. So let's get into our news segment this week in anime. I'm gonna do mine real quick because this was a throwaway. I'm not feeling 100% because allergies are a bitch.
Fuck allergies.
Yeah, indeed. The Millionaire Detective anime resumes on July 30th after the COVID-19 delay. So yeah, they only played the first 3 episodes, and then they stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. The reason why I'm mentioning this one is because honestly, I think this anime is just very entertaining. Like, it's actually pretty fun. Super, it's kind of like Banana Fish, just not as on the nose, but pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
As in it's very gay baity.
Is it worse than Yuri on Ice?
No, nothing will be worse than Yuri on Ice. Excuse me. Oh wait, July 30th. Oh, never mind. See, what I was going to see, if you took out that 0 from the 30th, it was just July 3rd. I could have been like, oh my god, maybe you can pick up this anime in case you can't find anything else, because I already know this anime is good.
Mm-hmm.
It is very entertaining, but it's going to resume on July 30th when we're going to be well into the
summer season. There's, the summer season isn't that big, but there are a couple of shows that are on my
exactly. I feel there's not only are there a couple of shows. There's we're getting spillovers. We're still gonna be watching Fruits Baskets and something else.
Yeah, I think Shokugeki resumes in July.
And Shokugeki,
right?
exactly, yeah.
And Shadowverse, we could still keep watching Shadowverse if you like. I'm sorry. No. I can't.
Yeah, no. Absolutely
couldn't
not.
Pay me.
Oni, what do you have for us today?
I got 2 short pieces of news. First, the bad news. The Fate Grand Order anime film has been delayed due to the C word. It was originally supposed to launch on August 15th, but of course, because of the the issue, there have been it's been pushed back indefinitely. I don't think they gave a release date, but it's more than likely, everything is getting pushed back to next year. So at least next year is gonna be banging for anime.
By the way, YouTube, if I said the C word, please don't demonetize the video. Please and thank you.
Did you? I don't think you did.
I don't think I did either. But in case I did,
we've learned to self-censor our speech. I actually said that I was talking to my parents, and I said, "Oh yeah, no, because of the C word." And my mom was like, "What?"
Yeah, it's at the point where I feel weird saying it now because I'm not saying it.
I'm like, "Oh, sorry, this is not YouTube." My other piece of news is, I'm sure many of you heard, My Next Life as a Villainess is getting a second season. The first season just concluded. We're going to cover that on the podcast coming up. So, second season announced right at the end of it. It's going to be for 2021. So, it's about a year away. And we'll see how we feel. This is one of those shows I'm not sure if we'll follow the second season or not. Well, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But at least we're getting more villainess, and I will definitely at least be watching it, if nothing else.
You are very correct about that.
Depends how strong the season is, to be quite honest.
I for once I'm going to hold my tongue, put the shade aside, illuminate my room, and ghost over that comment completely and jump right into our weekly reviews. Unless you were done?
I'm done. I'm completely done.
Okay. Yes. Let's start with what I'm assuming is our episode of the week.
Of course. It can't not be our episode of the week.
Kaguya-sama episode 11. There's another anime that almost gave a run for its money.
Not for me. There was almost one, but then once we got halfway through this episode, I was like, oh no, this is one of my top 5 or 3 episodes of Kaguya-sama, period. Even though there was no comedy in it at all.
Yeah.
Which goes to how well the writing and the drama is. If this show was just a drama, it would still be a top tier anime. It's crazy.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
It's crazy.
Agreed.
But yeah, no, this was a really, really, really big episode for Ishigami's character development. We got to see more. It kind of feels weird because I feel like he's the main character all of a sudden because we're getting so much Ishigami focus. But I like it. I like where they went with his character.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure this makes him the prettiest guy in this series.
Probably.
He actually is. There's just so many shots of him where he's like, oh my god, he actually looks cute. That one, the one bang over his face is it's a trap.
Yeah, I like his high school regular look though the best. I wasn't a big fan of his middle school look where he looked all he had shorter hair and everything. He looked too generic.
I get it, but he looks so pretty. I get that, but he was so pretty. I don't know, there's those scenes where before this happened. By the way, great build-up from the whole series in general. They look to this.
Yes.
The scene where he's getting his makeup done by Kaguya, and she parts his face, and you can see his whole face. I'm just like, oh. You don't look like, Edge personified.
Yeah, there's that. Also, this episode, it made me mad for most of the episode. Just because they did such a great job of setting up that whole flashback and the dude being such a dick. Oh, what was his name? Ogino? I fucking hated him.
Yeah.
Him and Kyoko Otomi. Yeah, she. First off, fuck her. Why does she? Who makes it their business to come to this dude's high school 3 years later or a year later?
And shit on him.
Yeah, just to fucking be like, he dumped me because of you. Fuck you. By the way, him turning around and being like, go to hell was top 5 moments of the year for me. So
yeah, she said, go to hell, you dumbass. I'm just like, oh.
And she looked so shocked. She was like, I'm like, bitch, you were just cursing him out for 2 minutes.
I know, exactly. You literally were just saying all this.
You were hoping he fell on his face.
Exactly. Hello.
All he did was say, "Go to hell and shut up."
Exactly. Fuck off.
Yeah. Whoa, fuck off. How dare you say that to me?
Ugh.
But yeah, this episode made me really love Ishigami even more. I think we disagree a lot on who's the best girl in this series, but I think we can both agree that Ishigami is the best boy.
Oh, 100%.
For sure. Shirogane also had a cute moment in here where he came in to help Ishigami when he was shut in. Which I love their relationship too. They have such a great, just warm, helpful dynamic with each other. This scene where Shirogane comes in, the other scene where they were back when it was doing the elections, and then he was trying to get Shirogane to go on stage and give the Miko a push in the right direction. They just have such great chemistry together. I'm glad we're getting their relationship fleshed out.
Yeah, I love the relationship. It's not like this weird toxic bro thing.
Bro.
Yeah, it's not much of that. It's just them, them being friends.
I think this might be my favorite main character and his best friend like pair I've seen in anime. Period. I just like their like I really like them together. Like all the characters in this show, I just love them all. It's funny because I either love the characters or like the ones you're specifically supposed to hate. I hate them with a passion, but just every character is so lovable. I want more characters to get screen time like Ishigami got this season. Like I would love to see a like 2 episodes dedicated to like I know Hayasaka's, more fun, just like a fun character, but I wouldn't mind a couple episodes fleshing out her actual character.
Yes, please do.
Or Miko's character, and I know we got a bit of Miko development, but her and her friend clearly have a lot going on, so I would like to see more of that. Just in general, all these characters have so much effort and love put into them.
Yeah. Side note, as I was talking with our peoples in during the live watch, I was I have to point out the fact that so many things, including this situation, could have been cleared up if he would have literally just said anything besides sounding like a crazy person. Like,
oh yeah, at the end
hey,
of the
yeah, like, hey, he's cheating on you. Hey, he blackmailed me to keep it shut. Hey,
I guess the reason
like
he didn't do
pictures of you.
My reasoning for why he didn't do that is, besides him being flustered, is probably because he's like he doesn't want to like make her feel embarrassed. Like if he just came out, I was like, hey, he was just showing me, this porno he has of you on his phone. My guess is she'd be pretty devastated and be like, oh, this is. So I guess it was just him taking the sacrifice.
But it could have at the very least been like he's cheating on you.
But even then, that would have really embarrassed her, I think. And
fuck that.
But that's why I like Ishigami so much, because he's like he just like he's too self-destructive to the point. Like he will jump on the grenade even though there's like a bomb shelter next door. You know what I mean? Like he just will be the first one in the front lines to protect anyone he has any reason to respect or like.
I mean, listen, getting cheated on hurts, but you'll live. You'll live. I'm doing just fine.
Yeah, they're in middle school. My guess is she would have like been traumatized with that shit or something.
Eye roll.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty traumatic. I mean, like I said, if he came out and was like, "Yo, this dude's got porn on his phone." By the way, I'm pretty sure he was like inviting him to like gangbang her. So I'm just like,
which I was like, "Excuse me."
Yo, imagine that.
This dude was beyond out of pocket.
Like, oh no, clearly what happened was your boyfriend here was just showing me this porno he recorded of you.
Okay, see that
pictures he had.
You could have said that in private. That could have been said in private.
And he had casually invited me to have intercourse with you at his place.
Yeah, all that could have been said in private. But at least the cheating, like when he confronted the dude,
I would have, I think Ishigami, as much as I relate to Ishigami and I love Ishigami with like a burning passion.
Me too.
I think I would have never had the fortitude like the moment that what's her name Otome came out and was like, "You're crazy." I got really pissed at that scene, and the scene where the teacher was like, "Oh, he's such a great guy, just apologize to him, be the bigger man." Those 2 scenes pissed me off. But
the teacher guy.
The moment that she was like, "No, Ishigami, you're crazy," I'm like, "Oh," I would have just been like, "Oh, I'm crazy. Am I the one who has a porno of my girlfriend on his phone?" I would have blown up her spot. I'm like, I didn't know it was normal to invite people to fuck my girlfriend at my house. Is that normal? Is it normal?
See, now you would have been like the ultimate loser for that one.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not as good as Ishigami. I'm too petty to be like Ishigami.
First of all, I love him so much. Well, I'm just not Ishigami because I'm smarter than that. First of all,
let's not act like you wouldn't have done some shit too. You would have not done the Ishigami route.
Absolutely not. Like I said, I would have been more slick about it. I've been like, oh. First of all, the moment we would have ended that conversation, I would have beat into this bitch and been like, so here's the thing, X, Y, and Z happened. Like, I said, remember, he's an actor, so I wouldn't.
I just like the idea of you like punching this dude in the face and covered in his blood and he's bleeding out and everyone's looking and then you just get up and calmly like wipe off your shirt like, oh, okay, what's happening here is he's an actor and let me talk to you in private, ma'am, so I can explain the situation.
No, like... I wouldn't punch anyone, bro. I wouldn't put any hands up. Actually, I'd set his ass up. I said,
oh, so like, you're the Kaguya. If we took a fucking which Kaguya character are you, you'd be Kaguya.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd be like, oh, I guess we can have some kind of understanding. I always did like her. I always thought you could. And then at the moment he leaves, I'm like, yo, so homeboy just invited me to a threesome with you. What are we? He also has porn on your phone. What are we doing about this girl? What are we doing?
Guess what? Assuming that I had been that far back, because I was assuming we were talking about what would happen post us punching the dude in the face.
Oh, post punching.
Post punching. Okay. No, if we're allowed to control the whole situation, then yeah, the moment I wouldn't have even approached the dude. I would have just, as soon as Ishigami found out the dude was cheating, I had evidence. I would just be like, hey, Kyoko, here's evidence of your boyfriend cheating on you. Just want you to know.
I mean, it's not evidence. You just heard him say it, or were you like you?
Well, he confronted him. Didn't he have like audio or something? Because the asshole, like when Ishigami went there, he like destroyed something with a knife. That was like a tape recorder.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah,
I think he recorded it. Yeah.
Yeah, you recorded something.
So I would not even went to him. I would just been like, hey. You go to the girl and be like, hey, your boyfriend's cheating on you. Just like you should know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, if I was like being the shit out of the dude, I'd be like, oh my god, well, I would beat the shit out of him. I
would have just walked out. Like, I would have been like,
no, I would have been like, show her your phone. Show her your phone.
I would have taken his phone and be like, unlock this shit now.
Oh yeah. I mean, either that or yeah, like either way, if he doesn't unlock, because if at that point, I'll be like, show her the phone. If you don't, you know, I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna say something.
Or yeah, you could have just punched him once and then taken his phone and then given it. Like yeah, there's a lot of ways to go about this.
Exactly. Kind of went about it.
But either way, that's why I love Ishigami because he's self-sacrificial.
Yeah, stupidly so. But
he's even Shirogane said, "You're not the smartest. You know, not the smartest way you went about handling this situation."
I mean, hey, smarter. He's smarter than Otomi because Otomi couldn't even get into the school.
I don't think we can add anything to that. That's how we're going to close this segment of Let's move on to the next show.
Anyways. Next episode is Fruits Basket, Season 2, Episode 11.
Yes.
This is my other, like, this is like the runner-up for me.
Oh, really? Oh, no. This is not, because...
because you don't like Kaguya being sad.
Exactly. No, Kaguya hurting did not do anything. I saw this right after we saw Kaguya-sama. By the way,
oh my god!
I was just like, oh, great! This is fantastic. I was literally like, can we go back to Akito fucking scratching Toru please and punching Momiji? It hurts less than this.
Oh man, but this episode was, but it's not too good. I was like, holy shit, this season is like a far cry from, well, no, the first season wasn't bad either, but this one was just really solid.
This one is solid all the way through. I think the first season's issue is that it had like really range and quality episodes. Like some episodes would be great, and then some episodes would be like, ugh, this is too boring.
Yeah,
I think this has been solid all the way through.
Yeah, I've yet to really complain about an episode.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's just really good because it really fleshes out the relationship between Kaguya and Kyo as it, unfortunately comes to a conclusion.
Yeah, as far as this goes, I'm glad that they went in this route. It felt very conclusive, and it was a nice episode to kind of just tie up that loose end. while still giving Kagura a lot of characterization and backstory of why she even likes Kyo in the first place, and how she reacted to seeing Kyo when he transformed. So just seeing all that was like,
damn. I kind of feel. How do you feel knowing that Kagura got exposed for being a fake ass bitch?
I still love her. If that's the worst of her transgressions, she is still a top 5 Zodiac in terms of character, like not being a dickhead. So, I mean, are we gonna compare her to a horse chick?
Oh, fuck. Man.
Exactly.
That's okay, but she's like right next there with Akito. Like that's not saying much.
But yeah, no, Kagura's fine. I feel like I like that it's because it's a very relatable feeling. I think, like, I found myself feeling that, like, oh no, instead of thinking about how this person feels, I'm worried about how I feel, but I'm trying to veil it in concern. Like, Kagura's whole thing is just, I want Kyo to acknowledge me and my feelings. I'm gonna try to be friends with him so that he can acknowledge me. So I just feel like that kind of fake love is just, it's very common, so it's relatable. But I also like how it still developed into real love. So Kagura ultimately, I just feel like he just fell for him, and they even had their little nice moment at the end where he kind of like half hugs her and pets her head and stuff.
Yeah, and like consoles her.
I like that they lingered on her at the end too, where she's like, "I just want to feel my feelings today."
Yeah,
and it kind of ended there. They didn't do like the thing that some anime do, where they were like, "All right, let's just like this would have been a half episode thing." And then the next half of the episode would just start off immediately when we were seeing Toru like cooking breakfast or something. Like, I feel like this was one of the parts that really needed to be lingered on, and they did a good job of it.
Also, that that rejection was that was hardcore.
I was like, yo, you're at like a 11. Can we go down?
Yeah,
I don't love you. I will never love you.
I will never love you. I was like, never.
I mean, I feel like at first I was like, that's a bit much. At the same time, like, no, he has to be like this with Kagura. Otherwise, if she has any hope at all, she's gonna be like, but there's hope, and I'm gonna keep.
Yeah, but you could have said I'm in love with her. Like, that would have been. I'm not sure if that would have been less hurtful. I mean, for me, that would have been less hurtful. I'd rather someone say I love this person as opposed to I will never love you ever. Like. Damn.
I mean, it just hurts because I love Kagura so much. She's I think the cutest character in the show, and I just like loved her as a character. She was funny every time she showed up. She was. I hope that. Yeah, no, I
grew to like Kaguya as well. Like as her role in this series, I like it. Even though it's like she's all over Kyo, and I'm like, no, fuck you, bitch. He's mine.
I kind of would, and I hope we do get to see a Kagura-Toru confrontation about Kyo, because right now they're buddy-buddy as well.
I mean, I don't think...
Like, I don't want them to like, fisticuffs or anything.
Yeah, but I don't think that's likely to happen, only because it's like... Which, it's summarized in this episode. What... She doesn't really have the right to be upset about anything.
No, I don't mean like her being upset that Kyo likes Toru. I mean, like, because Toru doesn't still recognize her feelings for Kyo, so it would be cute to see like Kagura show up and be like, actually support Toru and Kyo's relationship.
Okay,
like,
so that kind of conversation.
He dumped me for you, so you need to, he loves you, that type of thing. I think that'd be a really cute turnaround for her. Plus, it would give me an excuse to see more of her. So.
Oh yes, so always self-serving as usual.
Yes, just like Kagura.
That was awful. Yikes!
We on point with these burns today.
On the flip side of all this, Toru does talk to Shisho, and I love how the Shisho, he literally just talks very bluntly and just says what everyone's thinking. He's like, he was kind of shady himself. He was like, oh yeah, I was going to visit my grandpa. I was kind of far away since he's not buried on the estate. But you know what? Maybe it's better that way. And I'm just like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
And, which totally deserves, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that's the way they treated his grandpa.
Exactly.
And then he just went out of his way to just straight up he starts to drag Akito when he starts talking about the curse.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, they're linked to this fucking man-child. And I'm just like, oh, yes. Drag him.
Thank God, finally someone has the balls to drag Akito.
Exactly. It just feels so good that's not just us.
Exactly. I'm like, good. I'm not crazy. There's other people who think this.
Yeah, so I would say my like for Chicho went up like a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just because he made it very clear where he stands and that he does not really care for Akito.
Which is understandable. Completely.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little bit of cute moments here and there as well with Toru.
Yeah, and Ayame was there in the beginning, which
Ayame.
And with him there, it's always funny.
So I think this season's doing a really great job of mixing in the comedy with like light bits of comedy in between a lot of the drama, just to keep it feeling fresh. Because that's a big thing for me. I hate when shows are just dramas, like Scum's Wish. But
he said it. Oh, he said it in English.
Yeah, scummy random. Anyway, so I like when they mix in the little bits of comedy and characterization.
I agree.
All right. You have anything else you want to say about Akito?
No, we can move on to Tower of God, episode 12.
This was going to be my episode of the week. But no, because Kaguya's just too great.
Fair enough. No, this is if there's a third place, this would have been it.
So how about that, Rachel?
I just
do we stand for Rachel now?
I don't understand. I just don't understand. It's like I feel like at some point my anger for her got to such a point that it just broke. Like there's like a bar and it just broke, and now I'm just in pure confusion. Now I'm just like I'm not even like I guess I'm mad. I'm more confused. Trying to get Rachel, I get confused now. I'm no longer mad because I spent too many episodes being mad about this dumb.
I'm also confused because I'm just confused. She's not smart. First off,
yeah.
Before I explain that statement, props to her. I'll give her the one thing that she did was smart, was pretending to be crippled and then fucking standing up and pushing pushing Bam.
Yeah, if that's what your goal was, then yeah.
Congrats. However, I don't understand why, because I guess if he would have been on the platform, they both would have won. So she's like, no, I'm gonna be the one who wins. But I mean, if you're that cold and ruthless and like heartless, wouldn't it be better, because you clearly know you have Bam under your fingers, that you can just manipulate him through the whole thing, instead of just like pushing him?
Yeah. Also, you can't really fight.
Yeah, like you can't fight. You clearly see that Bam has this like hidden power and is amazing, and he can be a great pawn for you in the grand scheme of things, and you're so hell bent on getting to the top of the tower. It just makes more sense for you to not be a cold bitch. Well, to be a cold bitch in the sense that you can manipulate him, but not be a stupid one in the sense that you just push him off the edge of the platform.
Yeah, like I don't understand. So I'm going to hold my I don't have any more anger for her. I don't I already disliked her from very long ago, and now it's just turned into I'm confused.
I hope
make it make sense, Rachel.
Because I know Bam is gonna be like, she didn't mean to. He's gonna simp so hard.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna make me hate her when he starts simping for her. It's gonna.
She's a great woman. She's a great person. It's gonna be like Game of Thrones all over again with Jon Snow and Daenerys. She's my queen. Oh no, this is gonna be hilarious. I can't wait for the next episode where he just starts praising Rachel for fucking betraying him. But even though that was obviously the major part of the episode, there was a lot going on in this episode, all over the place, like a lot.
Yes. Can we talk about Yuri and how she just
how she's
fucks
a
up
bad
this?
Bitch.
Yes, a bad bitch and fucks up. Oh fuck, what's his name again?
I just call him stupid sheep dude.
Like he.
Jihad assassin #1.
Yeah, Jihad assassin #1. Like if you can first of all, and I think I said this when I watched the episode with my friends. I think he actually, unironically, he has one of my favorite designs for like an antagonist.
Just a dude with a sheep costume on that shoots snakes out of his mouth.
Yeah, like it's so fucking random, and his voice is so creepy.
It fits with his design. I'll give him that much. The voice and design really fit well.
Yeah, like it's so great. It's like the tongue, and it's like, oh, he's so what the fuck? Like
he's like slimy. Like, yeah, he's just like ugh. I don't like this
guy. He's like, what happened if we took one of those abominations from Madoka, but gave it like just size him down and give him personality?
Yeah, pretty much. Is he dead? Can we? Is he fine? All right, good. Because I'm like, dude, this dude should have been dead 15 times over throughout this episode.
Yeah, and Yuri pretty much just. Is it Yuri who kills him?
It was one of her like subordinates jumped off.
Oh yeah.
Smashed him into the ground.
Smashed him with a hammer.
I don't understand why she couldn't kill him. I guess because it was like, oh no, it's against the will of Jihad or something. Oh, I can't kill him. I'll just get my lackey to kill him, which I guess accomplishes the same thing.
Oh no, she just did to be a bad bitch. Like she was like, oh, you're right. Maybe I can't kill you, so I'll just get someone else to do it. Other guy, and then it smashes her. My
question is, what is the criteria for being a princess? Because it's clearly not a power level thing. Because I think, as much as I love Endorsi, there is a very clear difference in power level between her.
Well, keep in mind, Yuri. Remember, Yuri. It makes sense that they're different powers because Yuri's a ranker.
Yeah, but why?
She's a ranker.
I know. I get that, but then what is the criteria for? Because I originally thought that you needed some power level or something. Like, is it a family thing?
I think it's kind of like it's almost like a Miss Universe concept, like a beauty pageant, except a lot bloodier. And then the winner, I mean, I don't know the criteria, but the winner gets the blessings of Jihad, which apparently just, you're able to use the swords and you have innate, like, super strength.
Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't Dorsey have a sword? She didn't show a sword this whole time.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you don't get a sword. Oh, you have the ability to use the swords.
Oh, yeah. But then was she not given? I don't know. It's weird. Well, I'm sure this will be explained eventually if there's a second season. But yeah, the relationship between Anak and Endorsi is one of my favorite things in this series.
Yes, and I'm so glad it is protected.
It is protected and intact. And even at the end when Anak was like, I want to climb together with my friends to the top of the tower. Like, I know it's little things like that, but there's been pretty good character development for Anak and Endorsi through this little short season.
Agreed. And I love how how Yuri was like, yeah, you can't fuck up my sisters, so square up.
Put him up. Exactly. There was also that little bit with Kun and that I guess one of his family members there. Which I almost totally forgot about because there's, again, so much happening in this episode.
So much did happen.
So there was that. That's a whole different subplot.
Where they're going to go and probably at some point explain his family lineage.
I feel like this episode set up a lot of... I feel certain this is going to get a second season because, one, it's super ultra popular, but two, they definitely set up a lot of like threads in this episode. There's no way that they can resolve in one episode that we have left. So I feel like if there's a season 2, which there probably will be, there's a lot of room to explore a lot of these characters and the threads that they set up here. Yeah,
hopefully when they make that decision to get a second season, if it hasn't been greenlit already, make it 24 episodes, please.
Yes, please do. Please make it longer.
Yeah, because people who have read it, who've been watching it with me, they're just like, like, like some parts I'm like, oh, this is cool, but then I feel like there's so much nuance that was missed.
Yeah, I've seen a few people who sent me like panels from the web comic, and they're like, this part wasn't explained, and this part wasn't explained in the anime in this episode. I'm like, yeah, this stuff would have been better off in like, I guess what they were going for is because they wanted to get to this part of the story before they finished the season, so they couldn't stretch it to 24 episodes. I still feel like, all right, fine, do like one of those weird abnormal seasons where you get like a 15 episode season or something.
Yeah.
You know, and just because it really would benefit from having that little bit of extra pacing, you know, to add more of those details.
Because there's just some episodes where just stuff happens. I'm like, what?
There's a lot of lore. I feel like this is one of those types of shows where I wouldn't mind having like just a lore dump episode here and there, because there's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot, but nonetheless, it was an enjoyable episode.
It was very good. It was. All right, shall we move on then?
To Otome Game episode 12, the final episode.
So, what are your thoughts on this episode and the season as a whole?
The only thing that would potentially keep me from just not throwing this anime to the side altogether is literally just the premise.
Really? I feel like you have a lot more negative vibes towards this anime than I do. Like, I just think this is a casual, just
it's not casual. Show. Like, it's just very, including the end to this episode. Well, I will say, I didn't expect them to go so like Dark 030 with the plot. That was pretty. That was something. See, they had like those slight moments where just like, ooh.
I feel like that was the biggest disappointment with this anime is that we had like this whole middle section where, and even some parts of the beginning section where it was just like too slow, and then at the end it was like, all right, now all this stuff's gonna happen, and I'm like, all right, but dude, you had like 4 or 5 episodes where nothing happened. You could have like stretched this a bit, maybe. Like,
absolutely.
That would have helped the pacing a lot.
We're going to
doing nothing.
We're gonna get this one episode where they talk about how the dude was some woman attempted to mind transfer her child into his body. Killed the baby mama just because she was mad that her husband stepped out. Which I'm like, you could have just killed him, I guess, but he's the one who did it. Who she literally said, I was ordered to. Like, she literally was forcibly coerced into it. So having all of that happen, and then unfortunately, all these plot twists are cute, but they would have been way more impactful if it was over 2 episodes. Because like that in itself was cool. It would have been cool if the next episode we find out that that darkness actually controlling you was like the soul of the dark mage.
Yeah, like if they had done something like, after we got the time skip, I think it was like episode 4 or something, and then we had like an episode, maybe like 1 episode or like 2 episodes, an episode or 2 where we get the establishment of the fact that they're in high school and Maria shows up. And then we get to this whole section where Serious Dick and all that, I think would have been a lot better, because it would have kept the flow better. But yeah, and also this episode kind of felt like, why was this after the whole, possession thing was revealed, I had thought the episode was over. And I'm like, oh no, there's still like 10 minutes left to this episode.
Yeah, and they're gonna spend it doing what they do normally. Catalina being like, oh my god, we're at a fancy party. I'm eating something. Reason A through Z that causes all of my harem to come and surround me. The end.
Yeah, the pacing was definitely weird for this series, I'll say that. However, I don't think it was a bad series. I think it was just like it was it underutilized. It is underwhelming, but it underutilized its premise. Like, yeah, the premise is the strongest part of this, and I feel like they didn't do enough with it.
No, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna give it a buck. I was bored.
I know you were. I was bored. You're not a fan of slice of life.
But this isn't meant to be a slice of life. Like, not to the like. Oof. It's like there's ways you can make slice of life good. There are anime where slice of life has been great. Like freaking like Jashin-chan.
Mm-hmm.
That is slice of life, and I enjoy that. You know, Centaur's Life. That is slice of life, and that's one of the low-key best series I've ever watched.
Yeah, that's true.
You can do slice of life well. This just wasn't it. This is can we, while we're just at it, can I just say my score now?
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 6. Because the premise by itself is very unique, so it bumps that up to a 1. But without that premise, it would have been a 5 because it's just so average. It's so painfully average. The characters are average. Like, the plot is average. Like, to a certain extent, it gets really average. It's very, very middle of the road for me. I would have given it a 6.5, but I also am not the hugest fan of Catalina herself.
I was going to bring up that I think my biggest issue with the series, aside from the pacing, actually the pacing is my biggest issue, but other than that, in terms of like the characters, I'm not the hugest fan of Catalina just kind of being perfect and not having much to her character other than just being blissfully ignorant and perfect.
Yeah, like
like even the way she solved this issue was just like, I'm gonna be nice to you and it'll just solve all of your problems.
Friendship jutsu.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it works. Like, it works for the comedy bits. Like, when we had that episode where they all got trapped in the book and stuff, that was fine for Catalina to be, I'm stupid and don't know what's going on.
But even then, that got so boring because it's like, I didn't mind it. Stupid.
I didn't mind it because it works for the setup. It worked for the setup in the episode. I just don't like it when she's stupid and
but that happens
all the serious stuff is going on.
But that happens every episode. That's my problem. Like, yeah, that episode, yes, was it funnier than the other ones? Sure. But see, even at that point, I was over it because I've already seen this in so many different ways.
Well, that goes back to my first issue, which was the pacing. Yeah, they keep abusing the same system.
Her interactions with each of the characters are literally the same. Nothing changes. And it's like I'm literally being subjected to like the same repetition over and over and over.
I would have loved to see more. I would have liked to see more interactions between the characters themselves instead of Catalina. Like, they over-focus on Catalina, and she doesn't have much to offer.
Exactly.
And not enough on the other characters who all do potentially have more interesting things to offer. Like, I would have loved to see more tension between Keith and Gerard and Alan and Sophia and
I would have
Mary
loved
Hunt.
to see. I would have loved to see how like all those underlying issues they had when they were all children, how those got resolved, or show proof of their growth. Like, so there's something that used to be a problem before all that stuff happened. We're now addressing it, or it's no longer an issue because X, Y, and Z. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, like I think that this show, like you're right, this show had a lot of good like pieces. Like, it had really good potential. Like, there was so much potential, and it kind of just like was average.
It became painfully average. Which is why
I'm gonna give it the benefit. I'm gonna give it 6.5 because I think it had a few moments here and there, like last episode, the episode before this one, where it was really like it tried to live up to its expectations. It did pretty decent here and there, but even at its best, it was just kind of like, oh, it's okay. So yeah, hopefully, well, we will get another season. Hopefully, in the next season, they fix a bit of the pacing issues and give more time to the other characters and don't focus as much on Catalina. Or if they do focus on Catalina, she has more to offer than just being Baka girl that charms everyone. But yeah, other than that, it was alright. It's average. It's an average show. You're right.
I'm not watching season 2. Saying that I'm not wasting my life watching season 2. Absolutely not.
I like how you say that when we're watching fucking Shadowverse.
I know exactly, and because of Shadowverse and this, I'm just like, no, I can't subject myself to the bullshit. I'm sorry. You'll forgive me one day.
All right, shall we move on?
Yes, to Nami Kiitekure, episode 12. Also, the finale.
All right, so I think we're gonna probably disagree on this. I was not a fan of this episode. I think it was a pretty poor finale episode.
I kind of understand where you're coming from. It's like I get why you wouldn't like it. I like it, but I get why you wouldn't like it, because I know for you a big pull for you for this is like when the drama happens, and there really wasn't much drama. It was just like, oh my god, earthquake happened.
It seems so random.
And the opposite of the drama happened. Everyone came together.
But even then, it was just random. Like, nothing got resolved. We still have all the issues with all these characters. Nothing was resolved. There was just a random earthquake. Half this episode was them reporting on an earthquake. I mean, I get what they were going for. They were trying to show that, you know, Minare is mature enough to handle, like, this emergency situation, and she's, you know, being able to respond on the fly and all that stuff and keep everyone calm and collected. But it just felt so, like, this is not... It's such an underwhelming finale. Like, this can't be the episode where we're like, oh, well, this series is done. I just feel like there wasn't enough impact anywhere on any of these characters, and there's just so much unresolved. Like I said last week, there's no way they could have ended this and made me feel satisfied, but this is just ultimately unsatisfying. Because nothing got resolved.
I agree. It's like they really... It's like, I feel like this feels like I got, like, stabbed and they're trying to put, like, a Band-Aid on it.
I would have preferred if everything was their cliffhanger. Like, even if they were like, we're gonna leave a cliffhanger between Makie and Nakaharu's relationship, and like they were about to kiss or something, and we're like, oh, we'll zoom away somewhere else, and then something happened with Mizuho and the old guy or something, like, and this was like a series of cliffhangers. I would have been more satisfied than what we got, because it just feels like this was like a normal episode. You could have literally placed this episode like
anywhere
5 episodes earlier, and it would have not affected anything in the story.
No, I don't know. I disagree in terms of like the earthquake. Like that was a pretty big moment. Like they went from being like, oh my god, I don't know which segment to do. Wham wham wham. But yeah. So it's like, I will agree that like I was fine with the earthquake. I did kind of feel a way about like, yeah, there could have been some plot points to, you know, square away. I don't know. It just left everything like kind of with like an air of ambiguity that I can understand why, you know, which does I guess would make it weaker. I don't know. I don't know. I can't help but like I still like the earthquake part like a lot. I not just that. I also, which it's like it's one of those things where it's like it makes me sad because we finally get to see the old guy Kurako and Minare like talking back to each other, and they have really good chemistry actually.
Yeah, they do.
Like they're actually really funny together, which I didn't expect that because it's usually all he's just like whatever, fuck this bitch, and then and then they're on screen together. But like they're actually really funny together, and that kind of makes me upset that, you know, this is the only episode we get to see them and see that dynamic, which is actually really stable. I also would have liked to see what was it, Makie?
Yeah.
like that whole confession thing. I would have liked if it was a little if that was also a little ambiguous. Like are you confessing your feelings to him or not? Like like pick one. I don't know. It does feel very inconclusive. Like now that you made me think about it. Yeah. I mean, I still like it because it's. I don't know.
It's tough.
I don't know. This anime is weird. So just like, it makes sense that they would like just do one more random thing. I guess it would have been nice if it just had a little bit more impact and tied more things together in a more concrete way.
Yeah, I think ultimately, I don't know if I should say this would have been, this should have been 24 episodes. I wouldn't have minded if it was, but
maybe 13.
13 maybe, yeah. Just like, I just really want to see, like, I just want the conclusion to a lot of this stuff. Like, make it more of a self-contained story.
Yeah, and it's like sad. It's capable. It's not like Otome game.
Yeah, this one for this show had definite moments of brilliance. It was just not enough time to work with.
Yeah, but you know they made it work. Like this is truly one of those animes where it's like I really don't know where to put it. I guess it belongs in the Aizoken club, kinda like
in terms of like its genre. You mean?
Yeah, in fact, like its genre is being I'm very specific about this thing.
Yeah.
Like and crazily so. But it was better than
also a lot of radio stuff this episode too. And it wasn't even interesting radio stuff. It was just earthquake reporting.
That's true, but but in this episode, I didn't mind it because it helped build the scene. It wasn't just like, oh, well, let's take this moment to have like this uninteresting monologue about earthquakes and how it affects the radio.
What's your overall?
I go first. You first. Yep.
Give it an 8. I think it was way above average anime. Definitely you should check it out if you're a fan of, even if you're not a fan of radio stuff, if you're a fan of just like interesting characters and you want to see like really good dialogue and character development, this is a fun show. You can easily watch it in like a day. It's only 12 episodes. I think it's worthwhile to watch. If you have, if you're in the market for just something quirky and fun with fun characters and a bit of over the top wacky humor. And it had some moments of brilliance there.
Yes, definitely. Spicy take, but I'm going to give this anime a 7.5. I agree with everything you said. The writing of this anime is brilliant. Some really it's very refreshing anime. Very good. The only reason I give 7.5 is like I said, some of this stuff it could be flushed out, and instead of flushing it out, they choose to really go in on the radio stuff, which ultimately hurts it more than it helps.
For sure.
Like it's like some of these like this anime mostly. I feel like it's like 75-25. Well, I guess that's why it's my score. But that's like the ratio of like hits to misses.
Yeah, whenever it goes really hard on the radio stuff, and there's just so many things that I want to see more of. Like we didn't get enough of that Mizuho storyline.
That's so many things are not resolved. The Mizuho thing, this professional chick. I would love to have something about her. Kuriko, like hit the old dude's story. That felt kind of generally inconclusive as a whole because it didn't finish. Like
nothing finished.
Exactly, and that's why I get a 7.5 for me because it just there's a lot of things are left in the air that like they could have,
yeah, they
gone. They could have fleshed them out, but they were just like radio. It's definitely like it basically, because it's like Eizouken, it suffers from the same shit that Eizouken did, which was go too hard. But Eizouken didn't have this kind of writing.
Eizouken wishes it had these characters.
Exactly, like this, such a fresh like cast.
This is very different. It's definitely a different anime. Very original.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm really happy I picked it though. Like, despite my score, I'm very.
This is definitely one of the more good random picks that we made in the lineup.
Agreed.
All right, let's go from something that's really original to something that is the exact opposite of really original. Shadowverse, episode 11. True, what happened this episode? I forgot.
What happened? So a bunch of people liked my tweets.
Oh yeah, right. I was fine. I finished 3 missions. Right, that's what happened this episode.
Yeah, I saw this really funny video. Was that when I showed you the video of like the 2 black girls? Like,
I think so. Yeah.
Doing the remix of like the Negro spiritual.
Yeah. And this whole thing was going on in the background. I'm gonna be so happy.
No, it's you. I can't hear it.
What? No, I mean, I said, and this anime was playing in the background.
Oh! I thought you were talking about fire.
Oh no! I'm gonna be so happy when this is done. I'm sorry. I just really am.
I mean, do we want to just call the next? I think the next episode is the last one.
Oh yeah, the next episode is the last one. We're done. Yeah, it'll be 12 episodes.
Cool. All right. Oh.
Sorry.
No complaints from me.
Just like every single episode of this anime has just been the same formula, except that one episode where funny enough, the best episode of this series was the one episode that deviated, where we actually got to see the other girls fight each other. Yeah,
the Shadowcraft chick.
Yeah, but every other episode has literally been the same exact thing. Hiro fights some random person. He beats them with the power of his fucking dumb dragon from Dragoncraft. The end.
Yeah, but the match didn't end though, right? It stopped halfway.
Oh well, yeah. Oh yeah. This was a huge twist. The match stopped halfway. I wonder who's gonna fucking win this next episode. Jeez.
Oh my god, you almost made me throw up. Like I had some soup and this soup came back up. He said that.
I forgot.
I was like burping.
Quote unquote cliffhanger ending with this episode. I was on the edge of my seat.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that new Bloodcraft card was cool. I mean, totally would never be played.
It's balanced. It does 2 damage to the leader.
No, absolutely not. Even you're laughing because even you can't believe it. So that's how you know. That's how you know a card is broken.
No, listen.
He can't even get it out.
It costs 5, right? So you got to play like a blood pact with it.
It costs like 6.
Also, look, there's basically like an 8 cost follower. So for 8, because you got to play blood pact to hurt yourself. So like, turn 8, you get to do 3 damage to everything, and then you take 2 damage yourself.
If only there are a bunch of cards that cost 0 that let you do that. Oh wait, there's at least 2 of them.
Fine. Then at turn 6, you do 3 damage to everything, but then you do 2 damage. It's even. It's fine. It's fine.
That card is beyond broken. Beyond broken. It is right up there with Temptress Vampire. The actual most broken card.
Maybe by the time we get to the next episode, there'll be an emergency patch in the anime, and that card just gets patched out, and that's how Hero wins. Side game is like,
the card is gone from the field. They're like, wait, what?
Like, yeah, we nerfed that. We rebanned them.
Yeah, it's actually, you can't use that card anymore. Wait, what? We're in the middle of a match. Can't use it.
The one fun thing that did happen in this episode is when Luca was just like, I hate Shadowcraft. Or I hate Shadowverse.
Shadowverse.
And everyone was like booing him.
Oh, how can you hate Shadowverse?
By the way, great, very subtle, marketing campaign you got going on. Just
right.
hate everyone who hates Shadowverse. Shadowverse. I remember that time on Yu-Gi-Oh! Where somebody was like, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters or whatever, and then the whole cast of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was just like, fuck you, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, wait, no, that never happened. And I think I mentioned this to you, but I like how Hero's entire personality for the whole series has just been, I love Shadowverse. Everything, every word that comes out of his mouth is just, I love Shadowverse, guys. Holy shit, my life is Shadowverse. The only time he's ever not spoken about Shadowverse is that one episode that is also the best episode, where he's talking about Curry. So I want to look up who wrote that. It must have been like one episode that had a different director, and then they're like, oh, what? No, you're doing something different? Get out of here, buddy. Go back to what we were doing before. Hero's not talking about Shadowverse.
Yeah, this anime is. I literally, I think Oni has said everything. Like, yes. I was more than happy to just sit here and drink my water, sip my tea, hydrate myself while Oni.
I finished my water because I've been hyperventilating.
Exactly. He said what the girls were thinking. Shadowverse. The card game
Can't
is
wait to rate this
card
show.
game. Card game is all right.
Can't wait to rate this anime.
The card. The card game's all right. The anime.
And if you think we're all right, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch the podcast as it goes up every week. Also, if you haven't already, do chill with us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, and join the party over on our Discord. We actually had a great night last night with our stream over on Twitch. Big shout out to everyone who joined us, and especially
all my luck is gone.
All Drew's luck is gone, and also big shout out to especially people who donated to the charity. Also, if you want to donate to us and become a patron, you can do so like all these lovely people on screen right now and get yourself some nice little perks. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
If you have some time in your hand, I would say, really, once again, check out Nami Kiitekure. And don't. Well, no one is going to watch Shadowverse, but in case for some reason you're like have like a gun to your head or something, I guess that's like the only time where you should watch it.
If you need a card game anime, go watch Card Fight Vanguard if they're actually airing that this season.
Yeah.
And it's not even really a card fighting anime, it's more Magical Girl, but whatever, it's still better than this. Yeah,
play the game, don't watch the anime.
Exactly. Until next time, this has been Soberoni and
Scooby-Doo.
And we'll catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.